Okay, so this is not a day I do live videos, but after getting home today and checking my bank account because we're signing off on a house very soon, I find out that eBay not only has wrongfully charged me my account, but they actually took it out of my bank account already. Nearly $800 in cash was deducted without permission for illegitimate charges. As far as I'm concerned, that is theft, because I can't use that money. eBay wasn't owed that money. And on top of that, I had $1,000+ worth of credit on my account right now waiting to be paid out in another 5 days. Now, I know there's other people who have already contacted me. I've seen a bill for almost $10,000 that eBay wrongly charged somebody else as well. I've been contacted by people now who have told me that they have their bank account in red and are bouncing money because eBay stole money from their account as well. Now, I did call eBay immediately. As soon as I noticed it, the first thing I did, very infuriating that eBay wrongfully charged me. Now, these are for gallery views, which are free. Right this second I went and checked, every one that they charged me for still declares them as free. They are in collectibles. This is a site-wide major issue that could affect every single person on the platform. Anybody you know, anybody who does eBay, anybody who has listings live on eBay right now needs to immediately go and check your account right this very second. Stop the video, go check your payment notice to make sure that you're not wrapped up into this. There's new charges still popping on from what I understand. And again, people have been charged 10 grand by eBay for using a service that is free, $1 per listing. So again, you need to check immediately right this second. I'm furious. This is not right. The person I spoke to was, let's just say, totally unconcerned by his voice until I was like furious about it. I didn't yell, I didn't cuss. They can play back the video or the recording all they want. The point was that I didn't see any major concern. Could not tell me when my money that they stole is going to be put back into my account. I can tell you though, last time I had an overcharge, it took 3 payment cycles. 3 payment cycles. My question to the guy on the phone too was, well, are you going to be paying for people's bounced checks for their accounts to be overdrawn because you stole money from them? Again, this is why a lot of people have left eBay when eBay required banking information. Until now, I didn't have a huge issue with the banking information. I can afford them to charge us $800 or whatever. But 10 grand? $10,000 somebody was charged? I didn't hear the result. I don't know if it was tried to take out of their account, but there's already people with negative account balances at their bank because of eBay. They said it was a known issue, but they never sent out any notices that it happened. They never sent out a thing, hey, we made a mistake. There's not a single posting anywhere. And this happened hours upon hours ago. I can see the time that the charges started to post on my account. Again, I wasn't even home when it happened. It was real early in the morning. So even them telling me it only happened 3 hours ago isn't even true. And again, I looked just before this video on the message board. Nothing. Nothing at all telling you better check your accounts. Nothing at all promising they're going to give you the money back. Nothing at all promising that they're going to take care of any overcharges, overdraft fees, or anything else whatsoever. Again, last time they didn't do anything for months. This is a huge major deal. Even if it's only for a day, eBay could get interest on this kind of thing. It's the worst eBay glitch I have seen. It's way worse than them losing the photos and not compensating anybody for tens of thousands of photos that were done. So once again, go check your eBay payment account section. Go to payments. I'm going to show you two here. So hang on just a second. Let me see if I've got everything situated where I can show you what the charges are. Just so no one can say that I'm just fictitiously trying to go after eBay. But hang on just a second here. This is for my account, and this is the actual translation or transaction notice here. $789. I just rounded off to $800. There's actually more charges besides these that they billed me for. So I haven't seen the total amount yet. I was told by the eBay rep that he's going to have to credit each one of these one by one by one. Again, crazy as that may sound, no credit has been issued yet. I called them about 30 minutes ago. I don't hold any faith in eBay whatsoever to get us our money back whatsoever on a timely notice. I'm sorry, we're going to switch back over here. Again, this is the ridiculousness of eBay in general. This is, again, why people don't trust eBay. This is why people are leaving eBay. This is why people left when eBay went to manage payments. I was fine until something like this happens. They've overcharged us $14 here, $20 here, but you're talking more than our monthly fee, way more, because we did downgrade our stores after all was said and done. I dropped the Anchor store on January 31st, which was our renew date, so I no longer pay them $300. I now only pay them $60. They're getting the money back through stuff like this. Again, as far as I'm concerned, that is theft. Whether it was intentional or not, when you take money out of someone's account for something that was never supposed to be charged, that's theft. This is a issue would go beyond that. This should be an issue with the Federal Trade Commission or FCC or somebody who does banking, because eBay should have in no way the ability to wrongly charge or just randomly charge your card, especially when I had I had more, well over, it was $1,157 in my pending right this second. Again, the fee they charged me went straight to my bank account. They weren't going to wait, nothing else, even though all my other fees come out of there. They instantly billed me for it, and 2 minutes later, right after they billed me for it, they collected the money straight from my account. Again, stole $800. Again, I can afford it, but the people who are now, my phone's got a bunch of messages. I'm sure it's folks who have the same thing. I've already been, the first 4 were people saying that I'm in trouble now. eBay took money from me. Did the fees change? Are they now charging for gallery fees? No. This isn't the first time the gallery fee was an issue. Last time it was $9 or something. It was like $10 or $15. But this, again, there's people with $10,000 worth of Gallery Plus charges at $1 a listing. That's 10,000 listings. $1 a piece was what somebody was charged. Again, check your account. Check your account. eBay changed the owner name, our account, and sent it to the IRS. Still waiting 3 days for a callback. Now, eBay takes the fees if you're to manage payment, which you have to be. Even if you have your card, they first take the fees out of your balance, just FYI. So you could get hit on your charge card. Again, if it doesn't go through, then you're going to get hit with insufficient funds charge. They could put you in the red if your bank has an overdraft limit that's allowed. So these are all issues. My bank account is okay so far. People use Gallery. All my listings say they are $1. In collectibles, they're not. Gallery Plus is not. I looked at every one, the first full page. Every one is still free right this minute. eBay has admitted it's a site-wide problem. eBay has admitted they're taking care of it, but they haven't reached out to a single solitary soul that this happened to. They haven't posted. They haven't done anything. So once again, this is being hidden right this second, just like the last issues. Again, I talked about the auctioneering license. I brought that up on the phone today. eBay says they addressed that immediately and blah, blah, blah. I says, no, you're not addressing it. You've deleted every post that I have seen other than a sub-post talking about it. Every time it's posted on Facebook or eBay for Business on Facebook, it's deleted. I've already read the post. I've already seen it. I've already checked in. I've already called the state's attorney here. I've already called the Ohio Department of Agriculture over the auctioneering license. There's a whole bunch of other states that have that same law. eBay's not telling anybody that you're violating the law by, doing an auction. Whatnot is not telling anybody that they're violating the law in their state by running auctions. Again, Whatnot is included on there. I know people say that the third-party mediator is exempt, and no, that covers you. That is the site that's exempt for the auctioneer license. You are not a third-party mediator. You are using it. The third-party mediator does not have to do anything. They don't need a license. Whatnot doesn't need a license. eBay doesn't need a license. HiBid doesn't need a license. Poshmark doesn't need a license. You do. So all those folks are telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. I called the state. I called the Department of Agriculture for this. They specifically stated that, yes, I would need a license to sell auctions on eBay or Whatnot. That's from the state. That's not me, reading into something. That's me calling the state on numerous occasions as well as calling other departments. So there's a lot going on. eBay has dropped the bomb on the auctioneering. It's already went through. It's already passed. It passed last September. Texas, there was 5 or 6 people actually copied me on their laws. And sure enough, there are at least 5 full states. From the report that I saw on auctioneering licenses, half the states have some sort of regulation for that. Half of them. So again, you should look into that as well as your payment. You should check your bank account. You should check whatever payment source you're using to pay your eBay bills. Maybe they caught it before it hit a whole bunch more people, but I've at least seen 4 people personally. Somebody said Popeye's postcards. That would be 5. These are just random people. It's odd that 5 people that I personally have known or know have had this issue. So if it's, it's huge. It might be a big as issue as them losing, 98 million subscribers' photos, which they lost a year or 2 ago in a June glitch. Lost them, totally gone. I still have photos that are lost over that. This is a perfect example on something that we have no control over. This is a perfect example why those folks did leave eBay. I don't know when they're coming out with fourth quarter numbers, but my guess is they lost more sellers. My guess is they lost more buyers. My guess is also that they lost, the gross merchandise volume is down as well, would be my next guess also. Because that's what everything seems to be going. And this is exactly the reason. This is why no one trusts eBay with their bank account. This is why no one trusts eBay or thinks eBay even gives a shit about the sellers anymore. They let the auctioneering thing go without even posting a single solitary thing on it. Again, Whatnot hasn't either. None of the other sites have. They haven't updated it here locally. eBay hasn't mentioned it. eBay hasn't mentioned the other laws that have passed years ago either. So they're not talking about it. They're not posting. If someone can find it online, please post a link to where eBay is stating that they made this glitch and everybody needs to check their bank account. They're not reaching out to you or me. You've got to go and find the issue. Every time. eBay has never, ever reached out to me when there's been an issue. I've been the one who had to report it. Again, who knows? This could take 2 months to get our money back. I have no faith in eBay whatsoever with stuff like this. Took 3 months last time to get $14 whole back. Every time I called, it's already processed. It's already processed. Again, I'm calling them tomorrow if that money isn't in there. And I'm going to go a step beyond that as well if that's the case, because it's fraudulent. eBay shouldn't be charging. I don't care if it's a glitch. eBay is in control of our personal data and our personal information. If a glitch that can get away with charging my bank account wrongly for $800 when I had money in my account to cover that, who knows what could happen? All of our data could be at risk with eBay these days. And sad to say, I make a decent chunk of money off of eBay. I have no complaints on sales right now, but man, this is the worst glitch monetary wise I've ever seen in 25 years of doing eBay. And the rep, again, as I said, all I could think of is smug, intentionally being super sweet, condescending to me when I told him that this is not right, blah, 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 that there's people out there that are already in the red. And, nothing, no comment. He basically wanted to get me off the phone when I told him I'm blasting this everywhere because, again, this is so wrong in so many different ways. Yeah, you can have a separate charge card, but, the way the payments go, your money comes out of your funds. So it's not, you can't do it for all your funds, I'm telling you right now. And if you have a card or something on there, they're just going to go right to your card. So you need to check, if you're using a charge card, check the charge card. If you're using a bank account, check the bank account. You can't trust that it's not going to have been charged onto your account. They do give a shit about us. Which site is better? Which site is better? I've never, ever been charged wrongly on Amazon, ever. Ever. I've never been wrongly charged on Etsy, ever. I've never been charged on Walmart, ever. I've never been charged on Hip wrongly, ever. The only site that these issues have ever happened with the lost photos, with the all that stuff is all tied to eBay. So do they give a shit about us? The guy on the phone didn't. I wasn't the one on the phone. I know for a fact that guy was just humoring my comments. Didn't seem to care at all in my book. So, if you don't think they do give a shit, well, why are they losing sellers? Why are they losing buyers? And why has the amount of merchandise on the platform dropped by 20% or so when you average it in over the last few years? And you can't say it's just, it's the way the economy's going, because it's not that way on other platforms. It's not, I don't have those issues. I've never had these issues anywhere. And I've been selling online before eBay even existed. And I've never been charged $800 wrongly. I've never been charged more than a couple dollars wrongly. And it's always been eBay. Always. Always, 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 always. Mercari is impossible to operate from. The only glitch we're experiencing is the balloons in our skies. Yeah, there's no way to start your own eBay, in my opinion. Call your bank to see if eBay can be blocked from withdrawing. No, you can't, because then the minute you block them from there, they will cancel your account because they're not allowed to take the fees out if there's money due. That's what's going to happen. I've already went through that routine with eBay on the phone. You can't do that. You can't do that. They will hold your funds. Yeah, rest assured the eBay team is on it. Yeah, if they were on it, they'd be emailing and posting people to look at their own accounts and to report the issue. They are hiding it just like they have done every single other issue that I can think of. It's almost an impossibility that eBay would announce that they messed up something. I'm telling you straight out, because I've done this for more than 25 years. I'm not the only one that feels the same way about their stupidity and the people running the company. I'm happy with the site, the feasibility of selling on the site, but the people that are running it and the total blatant disregard for people's revenue like this is just crazy. Every time I call, they say, rest assured. Yeah, that's basically what they told me too. Could this issue make you leave eBay? No, I'm not going to leave eBay at this present, but we are seriously, though, have other things in the works. So if eBay isn't needed and we hit that threshold, which, again, I've said 25% of our revenue, I'm done with eBay. You know, because this is, again, this is a lot of money. Somebody that I know personally was billed $10,000 for charges that are zero fees. Zero fee charges, he got billed $10,000. I didn't hear the final result. I think they did charge his account, but it bounced because he didn't have the money in there. If I'm reading into what he said. So again, this is just a typical response from eBay. Let's see what else. The only glitch you're experiencing. Accountability from corporation. No, I don't see it. Yeah, the Gallery Plus view has been free in collectibles for, geez, I don't know how long. It's been a long time. Yeah, somebody saying they spoke to a rep and they fixed it after a few hours. Someone else just posted the same thing. It was John from Popeyes. 13,000. I wonder if he was charged 13,000. eBay changed the owner name. Another glitch today was warning trying to edit price. I said it was authorized to post an item as I was named as a defendant in a lawsuit, and doing so would result in account suspension. Yeah, I've had a lot of glitches on items that I wasn't able to list, and they were like postcards, just because of a specific word in the title, which didn't make any sense. Yeah, but I would keep checking throughout the day. I don't know if they stopped the glitch. He wouldn't even tell me that. I have no idea if the glitch is still happening. He said it was reported or they figured it out hours ago, but the glitch actually happened in the middle of the night. It wasn't like some long distance. So by the time I called them, it was like 12 hours. They should have already had a posting out. They should have already had something out. This is keeping the sellers who rely on eBay to give us the proper information and to take care of these things. They drop the bomb every time. Every single time. And truthfully, I hate coming out here and complaining about eBay or something else like that. It's been a long time since I've done a video. But again, when somebody does something wrong and there's something that could affect tens of thousands of people, we've got to, call it out. It's got to be called out. Nothing will happen. Again, they'll just push it under the bridge. No big deal to them. Everybody got their money back or whatever the case may be. I can tell you for sure it's going to be a long, drawn-out process for those people to get their overdraft charges back. Because all eBay can do with your account is credit you. They'll have to send something. They'll have to go through a second or third department just to get you credit for anybody who's going to have a negative balance in their account because they charged them wrong. So again, this is just a typical idiocracy at eBay that's going to cost some people some issues. Who knows? For all I know, they may have even closed down some accounts. Yeah, we do have two eBay. We've got more than two eBay accounts, and we have several bank accounts. I have a business one, so I mean, I only use the business one for the eBay. So it's taking money out of it. $800, as I showed you. If you didn't see the screenshot, I showed you my account. You can see that it was charged on there. So there's the way photos display. Just an inventory after 30 days clean package and item damaged. If it's past your day, see on that, like if you have a quoted 30-day return policy, I've personally seen where eBay has allowed people to return stuff after your time frame based on the value and the dollar of the purchase. So on something like that too, like if you sold $12,000 postcard lot, that $12,000 postcard lot, they could have taken a bunch out. Even if you put no returns on it, they just open it up and claim something else is wrong with it and try and force you to do it. You're going to get stuck taking that back would be my personal opinion. I can't say for sure, but I knowing eBay enough and seeing this stuff, yeah, it gets tougher every year. Side skate shop, I hear you. Common Nov. Yeah, I don't trust eBay at all. Yeah, eBay's not going to tell you anything about that. I don't trust eBay at all. You're welcome to trust eBay all you want, but they've screwed us over way too many times on things to ever trust them. Again, this is management. This is policy we're talking about. We're not talking about just selling stuff online and stuff like that. If everything worked out fine, they didn't do all these glitches and stuff, there wouldn't be any issue to complain about. But at this point, it's every year or two they have some major glitch. Again, it's only eBay. Every time. So all those folks saying, no, eBay does everything right and all that stuff, that's BS. Because I've never had any of these issues ever. I've never been wrongly charged on another platform that I can think of. Ever. I constantly check them all. It's always eBay. $14, I let it slide. I waited for the refund and all. But we're talking something completely different here. We're talking them going on to idiocracy level here, where it's a total, it's 10, 11, 12. It's 13 times my monthly fee. They charge me for fees that should have been nothing. Again, that's crazy. You trust eBay all you want. You love eBay all you want. They're not your friend. I'm going to tell you right now. If there's people that are closed down for no reason. In fact, there's one in the feed even in here now talking about it. eBay team is on it. Yeah, and again, I've been around the block. I've been on eBay for 25 years. It used to be good the first 10 years where they used to do what they said they were going to do, but these days, I don't trust them at all. You can't trust them, and you can't trust anybody at the help desk because there's people over them. There's glitches that they can't fix. All they can do is put in for something. So, you take it as you wish. You feel about eBay however you want it. You can love eBay. I love the process of eBay, but I hate the people running it. They're incompetent, and I hate the fact that this kind of stuff happens. Somebody turns something off at an update is probably what it is. This isn't the first time that people have been wrongly charged for the gallery view. This happened 2 or 3 times. It wasn't nearly this bad, and some of them were issues where eBay didn't announce it, or they took off the free gallery view and didn't specify and stuff like that. There's been times when we've been charged for it, but $800 is way too much to be wrongly taken out of your bank account. That is theft. Wrong or not, a glitch or not, you think about it how you want. If you love eBay and you trust them, that's great. But the minute that they screw you over, are you still going to be saying that? The minute they hit you for $10,000 for something that's free, are you still going to feel that way? The minute they shut down your bank account because it's in the red now, are you still going to feel that way? I don't trust the sites that I sell on. I don't trust any of them really, but eBay is always the one that's the worrisome one. Always. That's another reason why I said I don't need Anchor Store support anymore, because half the time what they tell me isn't true or doesn't happen or they don't do anything about it, and I've just got to call them back anyway. I gave up on eBay for Business on Facebook because they were requiring us to sign in on a secondary platform, and then it told us not to give any personal information. So how can I give them my information when they're telling me not to? So I gave up on the whole Facebook marketplace or eBay for Business on Facebook as well. In general, their customer service has not gotten a ton better. The Anchor Store support was okay, but it sure as heck wasn't worth it for the few times that I really called for something other than the glitches. And every time I call about the glitches, it's we know it, we're working on it, we already are aware of it. If they're aware of it, why didn't they tell us? Why in the heck didn't they tell us that they screwed us over? Why didn't they warn people that, hey, there's a glitch going around, your bank account may have been wrongly charged for money? Because they don't want people knowing that. They don't want the people who it didn't happen to knowing that they accidentally charged who knows how many people. For me to already have 5 people that have already, people that I interact with already said something, it's got to be pretty wide. It's got to be a major issue. He said it was a site-wide problem. Who knows? A lot of people may not use gallery views. If you're not heavy in collectibles, you probably don't. Postcards is one that I always use gallery views. Most anything, if it's free, I've used gallery views because it does add a blow up of your item and it does help with sales. Am I going to remove the gallery view? We'll have to see how this goes. We thought about doing it last time that eBay had a glitch that caused issues. It's the same freaking glitch. How many times does the same thing have to happen? It's happened at least 3 times. 3 strikes, you're out with eBay. It's 50 strikes, and you're still not out with eBay when they make mistakes. But I can rest assured, if one of you, those folks saying how much they love eBay, rest assured if you made one mistake that they didn't like, they would shut you down in a second. I can give you 100 examples of people who've had their account shut down for stupid things, or for using a word in a title once, or for something that they didn't even do. And of course eBay, is the arbitrator of who's good and who's bad on their own platform. That's the case. That's what we got to deal with. We all signed up and said, yes, we'd agree with that on the user agreement, but we never agreed to allow them to take and steal $800 from a bank account. That's the end result here is it's incompetence from top to bottom. The help desk just is told what they're told to tell us. It's not their responsibility. It's not their fault. But again, the oversweetness and the condescending attitude from the reps at eBay is when someone's losing $800 and doesn't know how long it's going to take to get back. That's a different story. Very, very different story. But anyway. Yeah, that's a totally different thing. Hang on, let me just whip down here and see if there's any other folks with the same thing. Yeah, a user agreement does not permit external theft, and that's what that is. Yeah, I check my bank account every day. We check our bank accounts every single day. Every single day. I get deposits like 14 times a month. So I check them. I've got to check them at least every other day, and I do honestly check them every day. And the only reason I checked it and saw it today was I was signing off on the disclosure for my mortgage for the house that we sign and close on Friday. It's the only reason I was even in there right this second. You can go to the Better Business Bureau and look. There's thousands of complaints about eBay. Thousands of them. And eBay, some of the responses are they're not going to do anything. A lot of them are people's accounts getting shut down for no reason. eBay holding money and stuff. I've looked at eBay's Better Business Bureau reports too. I look at them for anybody I deal with, honestly. Even my accountants, when I picked accountants, I looked at the Better Business Bureau. I even checked their criminal record to make sure they didn't have any criminal history in their past. It's just something that I'm nutso about doing. That's just me. I sell mostly because I'm a small part-time seller. Yeah, again, 2 of the people who are in the red in their bank account because of eBay. eBay hurt their account at the bank, and even if eBay gives them the money, it's the bank accounts, their bank information is still going to show that they were overdrawn. That could even possibly show up on a credit report. That's crazy. They could hurt your credit over something like that. And if eBay doesn't get the money back into the account, what if somebody's out of town or can't verify or anything or doesn't have access to a phone for a day or two and they're writing checks on that stuff? $10,000 is a lot of money for somebody. That's a lot of money to do it. Yeah, I don't trust eBay's. The last time eBay told me they were going to resolve and fix my credit took 3 payment cycles, 3 months. It was $14. It's not the point. It's the principle. Don't tell me something if you're not going to do it. Don't tell me something. And as of just before the show, there's still nothing issued on my account at all. None whatsoever. And that was a good 30 minutes from the time he told me he'd have it situated in a matter of moments. I don't trust when they tell us anything like that, because 9 out of 10 times it doesn't happen. Yeah, I was thinking about complaining to FTC or FCC or Federal Trade Commission. I don't know if that would technically handle it. Banking, I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to look into that, because, again, that's a totally different... That makes me wonder, the safety of my data with eBay. If they're missing up something as important as charging someone's account, it's fault. And then it could take 30 days, 60 days, and then you have to send that to all 3 credit report agencies. Your bank may not cover that. That may be on you, because you authorized eBay to take money out of your account. Again, I've thought about all that crap too. That's the issue. Yeah, I check everything. Periwinkle dreams. I check my bank account and eBay, because, again, eBay has charged us before in the past for something that didn't actually show up on the account once before. We got charged double once before too. Same fee, same charges, 2 different charges. It only shows up 1 on my account, but 2 on my bank account. I proved it. They made it right in a payment cycle in a week. I think it was 5 weeks that time. Again, it's not a huge ordeal, that amount, but $800 is a big ordeal. Yeah, the mad scientist, if you don't notice, why would they tell you? Why would they even care? Again, they've never called it to anybody's attention. They never have posted it and sent out messages stating there's a platform glitch that may have accidentally charged your account and taken the money out. We're working on it. We're going to fix it. That's all they had to do. They blast out stuff all the time. We've gotten blast outs from eBay announcements that aren't even really announcements that they accidentally sent out. They could sure as heck send out real announcements stating they made a mistake. Again, they don't want everybody to know this. They're not announcing this. The people who announce it are like e-commerce bytes, sign over there, or one of the other blog posts that talks about reselling. That's usually where most people find out about it, or a video, because eBay doesn't tell them. It just happened today. I may not have done it. I may not have looked for a day or two. I may have used that account for something, and boom, now I'm in the red. Luckily, I'm not, and luckily we do have draft protection. But again, not everybody does. Most people don't have it. Most people can't afford to do that extra stuff on it. So again, that's a bigger deal. Yeah, some people would be out of business. There are some issues. They've cleaned up the glitches on listing problems. Yeah, they've cleaned up that, but this is far worse than a listing problem. I almost never have glitches on listing, other than when it tells me I can't list something which I'm allowed to list. A postcard. I don't even remember the story. I'd got screenshots just because I meant to post it out about that. They may or may, I don't know. Now, eBay has said before they don't make interest, but I would be shocked if they're not making some form of interest on something like that. So for eBay, if they're billing somebody and took $10,000 from somebody's pocket, even for a day, that could be enough interest to cover their expenses for, the fixing glitch, and still make a profit off of this. Just like when eBay raises the postage. Every time eBay the postage is raised, it gives eBay a raise. eBay makes more money every single time the post office raises the fees for postage, because they take money off the postage too. So eBay's worked themselves in there across the board. Yeah, in my opinion, they don't do the right thing 90% of the time. The management doesn't. Again, I'm not trying to blame anybody at the help desk or customer service themselves. They can only do what they're told to do. That's it. End of story. If they're not told to announce it, eBay isn't going to company broadcast out that there's a major glitch that you better check your bank account before you go in the red. That would be a courtesy. I would understand a little more if they caught it and told us, instead of us catching it every time. Again, this happened in the middle of the night. This isn't like it happened a few minutes ago when they just found out. eBay should have been able to tell that there was random charges for tens of thousands of dollars posted on people's accounts who have never had that. There should have been a flag, just like they flagged someone's account because they sold a $10,000 item in the past and they're used to only sell, $10, $20 items. They shut down people's accounts when they have some odd highball sale like that immediately. They have to have something on their end that could have done the same thing to stop the actual eBay, site itself from taking money from people's accounts. Again, I'm not going to rant and rave all day. Just check your bank account. Check whatever you're using to pay your fees, you darn well better check it. Every single person you know or is out there needs to check it, at least for the rest of today and the rest of this week. Again, I don't have any faith in eBay that they're going to do it, fix it right away. I'll be surprised if we get the credit back today. I will be shocked because it's never happened before in the history of me being on eBay, which is what I told the eBay rep on the phone as well, too. And his response was to get off the phone as soon as he could, because he didn't want to hear me complaining about it. That's the end of the story. Him try to tell me that, well, I have friends who rely on eBay and family for income too, so it would concern me too. Well, it didn't happen to him. He didn't say it did. It happened to me. And it happened to people that I care about and I talk to, and that's just not right. Again, I'm just putting it out there. In fact, Goodwill raised prices again to comp eBay. The whole platform needs a complete rewrite of the code. Now, the code itself and the database itself, from my personal opinion, has been upgraded. Again, I've got an IT degree in database design and construction. I look at things and I look at the actual page code, which anybody can do, F11. But anyway, I look at the code. I've looked at, what they're doing. I look at where the photos stay. I've looked into it. I personally feel that they have moved and upgraded their database themselves. The servers are upgraded. I do see less. I haven't seen one of the "it's not you, it's us" in a very long time. So I personally think the code, the hardware has been upgraded. But again, this is stupidity from someone in the programming department. Must have turned off something. Radio buttons probably turned off behind the scenes. That meant that it was a dollar fee. The system picked it up. And immediately charged everybody. Again, it's crazy that I had money on my account still that they could have taken it out of, but instead of using that, they went straight to my bank account. That's the part that really gets me. No, I can tell. I don't know. I've been on live for 20 minutes, but again, it was, I don't know, an hour or so before I got to the point to get this out here. So within an hour, I still hadn't received the money back nor credit at that point. He might have to send it to somewhere else. I know if it goes over a certain amount that the regular people can't do it. They have to put it up to a supervisor. That's what I've been told in the past. If that's not true, then the eBay lied to me about that too. I don't know. I don't know if they tell you things to get you off the phone these days anymore at all. Again, I don't like when somebody's condescending to me when I'm being, ripped off by $800 from the company. Again, the concern on eBay rep's side was not there in my personal opinion. You can talk as sweet as you want, but that doesn't mean you really care. eBay is semi a monopoly, only a monopoly in older stuff out there. There's been talks left and right of other sites coming online. I don't know. We'll have to play it by ear on a couple of the conversations I've had. eBay is not going to be the only player in the book. I can tell you that at some point. It might take another 5 years to get to that point, but if stuff like this still happens, if eBay's fourth quarter comes out and they lost another 10% of buyers and another 10% of sellers, when is the board of directors going to realize that the guy running the company, the CEO right now, is an idiot? Again, that's my opinion, but when would the board realize that losing, 10% of your buying force is not good? When is the board of directors going to say, well, $500 items isn't all we should be centering it on? That's what the CEO stated. He wants high dollar buyers. We're considered low-valued sellers. The people who buy from us are considered low-value buyers by eBay. That's the term that the CEO used to describe someone who's not buying $500 items. Now, you call someone low-value, to me, that's an insult. So it starts at the top. The problem is right now with the CEO, in my opinion. The guy shouldn't be handling a Cinnabon restaurant in the mall, in my opinion. Again, his top effort to sell high-volume, high-dollar items and only worrying about that. When the markets crash, eBay is going to go with it. When the comic books and the $5,000 trade cards and stuff starts to go down, and the real estate, or not real estate, the Wall Street investors start pulling the funds out to go back to traditional markets, that's all going down. You're going to see that crash like we did 10 or 12 years ago. There's going to be another one, and it happens every 10 or 12 years. You can't inflate Marvel Universe 1 Black Panther card out of there as a rookie card for $5,000 very long before people, call shenanigans on it. And then that's the end of it. The minute the regular markets start to open back up, a lot of that stuff's gone. And eBay's banking on the vaults and all these other crap things that are just for investment purposes. EFTs. As far as I'm concerned, EFTs are scams. I don't care what anybody else thinks. That's my opinion. It's a made-up asset. It means nothing to me. You know, anybody can mint them. Anybody can do something with them. I don't deal with any of the crypto or any of that crap at all. I would never sink my money into it. Too many people that I know who do it have lost every single time. Only the people who are in it, the movie stars and Hollywood elites who are pushing it, got their money banked out before it crashed, and then boom. Anyway, I know I'm ranting. I'm going to let it go at that. Low-value people built eBay, yes. Yeah, I always look up everything. If somebody's, again, you have no choice looking it up with eBay. There's no choice with hooking it up for eBay like that at all. It's not going to happen. I don't trust them on stuff like this. They have not credited you back. No, eBay is making money on the hold. In fact, goodwill raise probably the whole platform needs complete. Where are we at? Yeah, maybe other people. If you don't sell in collectibles, chances are you may not have seen this. But collectibles are my main area. If we got hit for, I've got gallery view on probably 25,000 plus listings. So if eBay would have hit it on all 25,000 listings, I would have had a $25,000 bill from eBay. We're at 35,000 listings now. We've been listing a lot, so we've upped it 5,000 listings almost. And again, 99% of everything I list is using a gallery view. You know, anyway, I'm going to let it go on here. I know somebody's saying it's frozen, but frozen on your end, just reload the screen. Is it just a glitching on my end? Yeah, I don't know about the freezing. That would be on your end. I'm playing fine in here, and I don't have any drop frames. Drop frames. No real drop frames, but we're going to let it go on this one here. I just wanted to put this out there. Filing a complaint isn't going to do anything. It's not going to fix anything. We've got the money. It's the principle. If anybody who's watched me for a while, I'm a very principled person, and I despise when somebody tells me something and it doesn't happen. It's offensive. Just tell me the truth. You don't know when it's going to happen. Just be truthful. Stop the BS lying at eBay. Stop the not telling people when something happens just so you won't be in the news for more bad crap. That's all this is. This is PR. The reason they don't never post these type of things and that we, you, me, and everybody else out there has to find them on our own, because it would be on the news. You know, I'm going to email Ina on this too, just as well, because everybody out there needs to be aware to look at their account. You know, what happens if they didn't catch it? What happens if it happens again tomorrow? It's a simpleton thing of a radio button. I can almost guarantee it. Somebody turned off something on an update that made those charges come back. They're blocked off on the listings that you know are free, and they're unblocked on the ones that they charge for. That's the That's all it is. I built stuff like this database wise, and it's a radio button. Some idiot up there missed the button. I guarantee you they won't be fired. I guarantee you nothing will probably happen to them. You know, unless it's you or I, then of course they'd shut us all down. But anyway, I'm going to let it go at that. I had no intention of going. We're swamped here. We actually were moving stuff just the other day. For those in Patreon, I picked up the Josh A. Bank stuff. So I showed a picture for those who were interested. But that's what we did half the morning. It's a massive amount of cabinets and display. It's huge. Anyway, it's 27 feet long for $300. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. So many phone reps just tell you what you want to hear. Hey, Craig, how you doing? Landshark Picker, another YouTuber in house. I'm going to let it go at that. I've still got a ton of things to do. This is the last thing in the world I wanted to put out here. I do have some shorts that I'm going to pop out here today. A couple for some bolo items and things to look for. I've got them already shot up. They're already uploaded. I just need another 30 or 40 minutes to pop them up here. So you will see a few shorts on here tonight too. But again, anybody you know, you don't have to, if you don't want to share my video, I don't care if you share the video, but you darn well better tell your friends, if they're on eBay, they better check their account. They better check their account, and they better be calling eBay to get that credit process as soon as possible if they're already in there. And if their bank account's now in the red, they're going to have to get something from eBay, a legal document that states that it was eBay's 100% fault. You're going to have to make sure that your bank will fix it with the credit union if it did go, or not the credit union, to the credit bureau, all three of them. I mean, this is a big fiasco. This is way bigger than anything else I've ever seen on eBay, because this could literally shut some people down at the bank. Out of your control. Out of your control. And this was the same complaint that people had signing up and giving their bank account information. I was hesitant, but I did it. I trusted at least back in that day that, at least, again, if I want to sell on eBay, I got to give them the information. But they've proven over and over again that they're not competent enough to do that. Again, anyway, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate everybody coming on tonight. I will look into some other aspects of this. If there's a way I can file a complaint, I sure as heck will. If it happened to you, what I would honestly recommend doing it as well. Nothing's going to happen, though. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to file a complaint if I can figure out where it needs to go. But again, this is the worst eBay has ever done me in the history of 25 plus years being on eBay. Yeah, it's not going to crush me. We're laying out a lot of money on Friday, so I've got enough in there. It's the principle. It's always the principle. I don't buy from people because they've misquoted or said some BS statements to me or lied and stuff. I won't deal with people like that. eBay, I'm kind of required to. eBay is not going to be the only game out there. I can promise you, if they keep losing 10% of their buying force and selling force year after year, either the CEO is going to go and they're going to fix stuff, or they're just going to keep losing stuff, and they'll be the fourth or fifth site. eBay is now number 3 and not number 2, if you didn't know that. Shopify passed eBay a while ago. For all we know, another site will pass eBay and bump them down to 4. If that happens and they keep the CEO, God forbid they would keep this guy, but I don't give it much longer if they keep losing these type of numbers on it. I can't wait to see the numbers come out for the quarterly. They might be out. I don't know. I've just been so occupied with the house purchase and all that, and a bunch of other stuff going on. So anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I do appreciate it. Sorry about the rant and rave, but this is serious business. This could shut down somebody's accounts on here and hurt your banking, your credit report. You might not have the money to pay your electricity or who knows what because of eBay. So anyway, I'll let you go. I hope everybody has a good day. I hope you're checking your account and telling everybody you know to check the account.